Hi, did you ever ask yourself why women are so obsessed with their body weight? The weight of a woman is an important factor for her well-being, but why is that? In this video I'll explain why. A woman's body weight is an important indicator of her mate value. It sounds mean, and it is, in my opinion, but it's not my concept, it's the concept of nature that has emerged over many millions of years. The whole spectacle takes place subconsciously, of course. Men also pay attention to their body weight, but on average much less because it is not as important to women. Beauty is largely defined by body weight and body shape. This is the case universally in the world. Our ancestors thought a heavier woman was pregnant, and a pregnant woman was no longer available for the partner market. So therefore, men looked out for a slim woman because it signaled that they were single. A man cannot get pregnant, so therefore his body weight isn't so important as women's weight. Another factor that takes place here is the waist-to-hip ratio. It's an important indicator of attractiveness and illness. A healthy reproductive woman has a waist-to-hip ratio between 0.67 and 0.8. For men, the fat distribution is slightly different, and for healthy men it is between 0.85 and 0.95. Women with a higher waist-to-hip ratio have more difficulties getting pregnant, and those who do get pregnant later than women with a lower waist-to-hip ratio on average. The waist-to-hip ratio is also an indicator of long-term health. Diseases such as diabetes, hypertension, heart attack, stroke, and gallbladder dysfunction are related to distribution of body fat rather than total body fat per se. Regardless of body fat, men find women with a lower waist-to-hip ratio most attractive. Women with a waist-to-hip ratio of 0.7 are seen as more attractive than women with a waist-to-hip ratio of 0.8, who in turn are more attractive than women with a waist-to-hip ratio of 0.9. A lower waist-to-hip ratio signals health and attractiveness. Although models and beauty queens got a bit slimmer over the decades, their waist-to-hip ratio stayed roughly the same at 0.7. There is a study which shows that women desire a lower body weight than men usually prefer in women. If you are a woman, have that in mind. A lower waist-to-hip ratio is more important to men than a very low body weight. To sum it up, the desire to be slender is an instinct, and there is nothing to shame in wanting to be slim. But if you do want to lose weight, do it in the right way. Follow a whole plant food diet, no calorie restriction, and be aware of the ego trap and pleasure trap, which I both explain in another video. And don't forget, never ask a woman about her weight. Feel free to contact me and let me know what questions you have.